Hi everyone and welcome to Crypto Angles podcast number 13 with your girl Kelita, Sahliah. If you are new then welcome, if you are not then welcome back. Over here we combine astronomy and astrology together, so we use the visible sky basically and we see how it could be impacting the crypto market. So do forgive me if I sound like I've got a little bit of a cold, because I have. And also I just have to put this out there. This is going to be the last video I share on my YouTube for now, because I have said this before, that this is something I usually keep a bit private for myself, and it's only because it was like my birthday month last month, and then I just thought, oh, let me just put out the next one. But reason being is two things. One, I am showing my art, which I've put time and effort into, so obviously I don't want to be showing all of my art and not getting that exchange in return, to be honest. But I do also have a Patreon, which that's where I was putting these things on for myself and for anyone individual who trusts me and likes my flow, I guess, who would like to join me. But it is something more private, so maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll just share like the end of each month on YouTube from now on, like once the month has finished potentially. But yeah, obviously I have said I am not a professional, I'm not an expert, I'm not giving or sharing financial advice like that. I'm just not. But obviously, if you are interested in joining my Patreon, where you'll grow with me essentially, then, and if you would like this calendar, then you'll get 30% off if you are a member. But if not, you can just get the calendar, you know. Just get the calendar if you'd like, so you can follow along. There is a digital and physical copy available on Etsy, and the link to that is in the description of this video. And last point before we start, I did get a message on my last YouTube video, which I was grateful for. Like, I'm super appreciative for any messages, because it's feedback and it's data, and then I know what to kind of do. So it's been a bit hectic, so I've not managed to reply. So if you happen to see this video before I'm replying, my aim is to get through my YouTube messages today, Sunday. So do bear with me. But in the comment it was mentioned to talk a little bit more about astrology rather than the TA. So when it comes to the technical analysis and what I had said, like, because I had started this for myself, to, you know, for my own structure and support really, I definitely will be continuing the TA how I do it, because it's helping me improve every day. But I did cut the astrology talk quite short, because I assumed people would have wanted to know more about the technical analysis, especially because I talk a lot about astrology on my Thursday videos. But obviously, because this is specifically linked to cryptocurrency, I felt like I could talk more, but I just cut it short because I thought people didn't want to know. So thank you for your comment, because now that tells me people do want to know. So that's lovely. And yeah, so we'll just talk more about the astrology, and basically whatever I intuitively feel called to, like, you know, say about it. Yeah. So without further ado, anyway, let's get into the actual astrology of this week. So we are basically in the last week, and this is what's happening. We've got Venus entering Leo on the 27th, along with Mercury entering Gemini on the 27th, and we've got a luminary retrograding. So this is a lot. I wouldn't say a lot, but well, let's get into the story anyway, the zodiac story. So what I'm seeing here, we will check on the technical analysis obviously soon for Bitcoin, XRP and the DXY once we've gone through the zodiac story. But what I'm kind of seeing here is, with this first quarter moon, I'm seeing a shift in energy. Also, people, I do need to let you know that if you are confused with all like the symbols and stuff, it's all there on the calendar, okay? It's all there, so you're not just looking at the calendar like, what's this? It's all labelled for you, so you can go back and have a look, okay? So you can learn it. It's perfect for the beginners, perfect for a gift if you'd like it as a gift. But anyway, yes, I am seeing a shift in energy happening here anyway. If it hasn't finished finding its bottom price, it should be finding its bottom fully to get ready to go up. I feel like I've been saying that a lot, but that's basically price as it moves up and down in waves. It finds support and then resistance, support, resistance. That's all it does. But anyway, what am I seeing with this Venus and Mercury energy? So Venus being our material values, it represents our material values, and I am focusing on more money because of course that's what it's about. So it's our material values based around money. That's how people in society are generally going to be moving when it comes to money. You'll be moving more in a confident way. So Leo I see as confidence. It is fueled by the sun, so quite naturally it just shines, and it just releases its magnetism in a way, and electric magnetism, like both. And it does shine confidently from like a pure heart space. So basically it's like the reasons why you're shining confidently, or the reasons why you value your material money in that way, is coming from a pure heart space. So I'd say even in your life, pay attention to how you are now interacting with money, or even it could be like higher like more money basically. So it's just like, how are you now interacting with the amount of money that's coming into your life, or how you would like to interact basically. So anyway, when it comes to this battery, when it comes to money and our values around that, I'm definitely seeing us finally step into our confidence about it. You know, maybe if you wasn't confident before to say, oh yeah, I need this amount, it's changing to now have that confidence. So basically, when it comes to even the market, this may move people's emotions in a way that could get the market moving upwards. I can only confirm this really when I look at the TA, but that's what I'm kind of seeing, because we've recognized the sentimental value of it. Most people are probably thinking, man, I value this in my life with this Cancer energy when Venus was in it. I value this now because this is important to me. So now you're going to experience this confidently, what you value, to protect this. Like Leo's coming in to keep the Cancer sentiment, what you've realized, whether that's like, man, I need to do this for my family, so I'm stepping up, for example. So I'm seeing a group of people generally moving with them type of emotions, which will get the market moving. So it's going to be interesting to see what the technical analysis is saying, but that's kind of what I'm seeing here, like how we value our money and how we would like to literally experience it in our reality. It's in a confident way. So confidence isn't going to come with low prices in the market, not really. And what's backing this up for me is Mercury being in Gemini. So Mercury's entering Gemini on the 27th. This is air and air. Mercury's happy in this sign. Okay, Mercury fuels Gemini. So I'm seeing double. And of course, Mercury is the energy exchange. This is from thoughts, your thought process, and how you exchange any energy. So this is an energy exchange that I'm doing now. Any energy, and of course money. So it's all going to be double quick. That's how I can say it. It's gonna be double quick communication, even if it's around like business ideas. You're communicating around business ideas, and it's just like, oh, you're going to get answers quicker during this month going into July. Okay, so this is also why I'm seeing the crypto market picking up momentum, because Mercury is in Gemini, and our values around money are focused in a confident way. So we've got like this quick messages, quick exchange, quick movements in money. Mercury, the messenger, doing things quicker, and then how you're experiencing it in your physical reality is done confidently through this quickness. Whew. Okay, so if things start going in your way, or just like, oh, okay, this is happening, that could potentially be why. So could this be the opposite way in the crypto market? Like it's quick the opposite way? We don't know until we look at the technical analysis, really. Because you can't just fully rely just on the astrology. You need both. And of course, with this retrograding luminary, bear in mind we're already retrograding in Saturn. Fortuna's retrograding, but I'm not really seeing much of an impact from Fortuna and the crypto market. Yes, kind of, sort of, to be fair, it does play a role, but as you can see anyway, we've got 3 retrogrades that's happening right now. Fortuna, Saturn, and then Neptune will retrograde at the end of this week. So what am I seeing here? Retrogrades give an opportunity to go back, to slow down, to look over all the things you've not done before. Okay, and Neptune is based around more of our dreams, our intuition, our visions, our like literally what you visualize. Can be a bit delusional, so it's amazing for creativity, to be honest, and visualization, because it's I'd say it's the technology, Neptune, that you can use to tap into your intuition and your dreams to create your reality and your imagination, essentially. So what am I saying that in terms of the crypto market? Because it's heavily water anyway, I'm saying that will or may impact the crypto market more, because crypto is based around water. It's more fluid in nature than standard fiat money, which was very structured in banks, for example. Banks only being open 5 days a week, closed on bank holidays, whereas crypto takes a different form. It's not it's more free flowing, more like Neptune, recognizing the connection to everything. It's open 24/7 all the time. So what am I seeing here now in this relation? Crypto itself, they all have their own energies. I've done like an XRP birth chart. Go check that out if you'd like. I'll be doing Bitcoin soon. But they all have their own energies, so they also interact when these luminaries are doing their thing. Now, when it comes to that, they all had a dream, didn't it? So, peep me and my intuition now, okay, my downloads. They all had a dream, and to reach certain places, just like us and our goals, they've got goals too to reach according to their coding, okay? And that didn't happen. You see, they've not reached their highest, their next resistance level to be knocked back down to support. They've not done it. It's still in their dream. So what happens when retrogrades happen? What you haven't done, you're going to get to do. And because Saturn is there, and that's time, retrograding too, it's going to be happening within this time now. Your dreams within this time, you're going to be working on the points you didn't get to work on before. So the only thing I can see when it comes to crypto is it needs to reach its next resistance. That's all it needs to do on a higher, grander scale. So this is where people will be thinking, oh, we're on another bull run, but it's not. Okay, it's kind of like it's just a fake out, and it's not so much a bull run. You get knocked down, you get caught out. You get caught out. The end of this year, people, is what you want to look out for. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here. Anyway, I'm seeing within these retrogrades happening, price will begin to reach its next local high, so it can find its new support again and continue its proper bull run. And I am seeing quicker movement as Mercury, this energy exchange, and our values around this quicker movement will be like how we want to experience it will be done in a confident way. So people may be moving confidently within the markets now, and they just know what they're doing and how they're moving their money around, especially as things start to pick up speed and momentum. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing there. I hope that's enough. I've definitely spoke about it more, but I'm not seeing anything else. Yeah, feel free to ask any questions or share as well what you see in the astrological story with nature, because obviously this is based off the visible sky, mainstream astrology. Mercury already done is in Gemini, and it's moving from Gemini now, most likely, you know what I'm saying? So it plays differently, and this story wouldn't fit in with mainstream because crypto, it just wasn't moving quick. So it's going to be interesting to observe. We're obviously, again, I'm not an expert, we're observing this too from this point on. Whilst Mercury's in Gemini, it's going to be really interesting to see if the crypto market is actually moving cray like, let's observe, and during these retrogrades too. Anyway, don't know what that is. Let's move now on to our technical analysis. Let's move on to our technical analysis. Sort it out, sweetheart. You know what to do, yeah? In Nanny's room. So, whilst this is loading, that's what I basically see there. Oh, I've still got the moon phases on for Bitcoin. So, right, I need to move these moons because it's just a lot. It's a lot. And obviously, oh, that's interesting, because like the no moon, new moon was here, but it actually pulled Bitcoin up. Oh, that's super interesting, actually. And on the summer solstice, right at 30k. Ah, sorry, I was just looking at all the stuff. I'm gonna get rid of the moons because it's a lot, and I'm going to add on a moving average again. Let's get our 55 moving average back on track. The 200, no, the 8, is that the 8 or the 9 is interesting, but I'm just going to get the 55. So this is how you also do it, people, to change the moving average lengths. Just do it like that. No, change it. 55. Where's just the done? Okay, that's at 55 now. Yeah. So it's changed to a dark blue. It's not really saying much on that. Let me just change the colour. Was it a dark blue before? I don't think so. And change it to yellow. Okay. Yay. Right, forgive me if you think I'm also a little bit slow. I think you can push the time, so I talk a bit faster. But what am I seeing here? I find it interesting. Obviously, it did pull up in the no moon, new moon energy. It definitely did, to find its next top for Bitcoin, which was there, which is amazing. So, yeah, so sorry, let me look. So on the RSI for the daily, anyway, I zoned out a little bit there, sorry. I'm multi-dimensional and sometimes I get stuck in different fragments. But on the RSI, obviously we are on the overbought region, the overbought area. As it's kind of tipping to the upside, it's like it's still got room to do one more jump up, and maybe that's to just tip the 31. We're going to move to the left to find out what zone this 31 area is touching. Yeah, this 31 is the next zone. I feel it's just ready to push up to. So even if so what am I saying? Basically, you see what it's done here, this deeper V-shaped recovery, go up, hover for a bit, and then reach the next level. So it's gone to in like a V-shaped recovery, and then it's gone up quite high. I feel it was just hover and get to the next zone. Personally, that's what I see from this level. But let's take a look on a lower time frame. Yep, these have just crossed over, and it's like on the 4 hour, it's like they've barely gone anywhere. Like there's a bit more room. So yeah, it's like there's a bit more room. It's like price, it's attempted to hit here, get rejected. If it can hold this, then it's like getting ready to get to this again if it gets higher, or potentially not. Like on the 4 hour, it's fully oversold, overbrought, sorry. So it could just be ready to make its way down to get its support off the 55 moving average, and that could hold it. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. Okay, it's finding support quite nicely off the 1 hour. Oh, and I guess it depends. Within this hour's time, will it find support off this area and go on up? But then on the 4 hour, it still needs to go lower. So it may drop through the 55 moving average to find support on the 200 moving average when it comes to the 1 hour. I don't really feel there's any need to check any lower than that. What I'm seeing is that it needs to secure its bottom, as we will be heading into a full moon. So as it's passed here, it's essentially using this zone now as its new support level, and once it's fully solidified its new local support, we've got 37 to 38 as our next target. So once it breaks that 31 zone, 37 to 38 is definitely our next target. Obviously on a weekly time frame, the moving averages have crossed, and this is kind of like downward momentum, but it's like price happily bounced off the 200. So obviously there's no worries of it going down in the long term until price is underneath both of the moving averages. But right now price is still above them on the weekly, so that's just telling me we've definitely got room to go to here, and then with a fast wick to like this 40 zone, 46, may get a wick to 50 and then just crash back down with how Bitcoin likes to move. Look at this, it just went for it. So it's just setting up to get its support here. That's what I'm seeing there with the BTC. And I'm still getting used to like when it comes to fibs, I need to get used to be drawing my fibs more better, but it's like I'm still training. I'm still training. So all I'm doing in terms of, until I'm used to other indicators, I'm just doing the simple support and resistance and trend lines, etc., moving averages, and then we'll pull out our fibs. Okay, we'll pull our fibs out. So bear with me. So anyway, what I'm seeing with XRP in the hizzy. So looking at the RSI, I'm just gonna extend that because that looks like it's just on an upward slope on the RSI, you see. And on this is the weekly, but it kind of looks like price is reverting to get ready to go to the upside now, which is interesting. From the RSI alone, we've definitely got so much more room to get to the upside and to become oversold just from the RSI alone. So looking at the actual chart, as you can see, we've still got this massive trend line. The first hit was when we was our first high, so the highest XRP's ever been, which is like over there, $1, like $2. or something. It hits it. This is the second one it's hit when it's May 2021, and we need a third time. We need a third time. So are we doing it in August? Where are we? Are we doing it in August? It's going to be interesting to see what it does. Will it hit this line and just reject? Will it do a fake out, bounce above it, get caught up here, top out, come right back down, and ultimately reject? Like, could that potentially be one massive wick? But in terms of price and volume, it rejects off this level around about the 75 to 80 zone. That is a psychological level for XRP, to be fair, 80 cents. Could it do that and then just get rejected? Or what would be amazing is if it breaks through this and trades on the opposite side. So even if it's falling down, if it was to trade along this trade line, that would just be more positive for me, because though falling, it's opposite. It's now using this resistance as support, and that's a good sign. So it's going to be interested in the long run what it's going to do. But what I have noticed in terms of the weekly is price is struggling right now to stay above the 200 moving average. Like, it went above it, fell below it, and then it like sprang back above, and it's closer to it though. So this is why I'm seeing its next move is ready to not say ready. I feel this 200 moving average is what's making it spring like so far from it, and I feel it will use this essentially to find its gravitation after it's just, you know, gone to its next high. It will use this 200 moving average to gravitate back to. So that's what I'm seeing with that. That's why I wanted to mention it. Yeah, so RSI on the weekly anyway, it's definitely got room to go on up. Let's take a look at the daily. Okay, RSI on the daily now. Okay, now this could be a simple rejection off this level, off the 50 level, and it depends on what this is going to do. Is it going to get rejected off there and go down, or what? Or will this break through? So it's going to be interesting to see in terms of the RSI. But let's take a look at the actual candle structure. So, excuse me and my nose. It's it definitely bounced off the 55 moving average quite nicely there. It is still crossed, and it is still obviously above the moving average, so that's showing me on the daily. It's still in a bullish posture, so to say, you know. It still is. Obviously this looks like a whole double top, so because of that it has the potentiality to wick down to this point. That's not out of the bag, creating that as a its new lower higher high, higher low. Yeah, it's a higher low from this zone. That's still a possibility. Especially if price wants to find support on the 200 moving average. So we'll see. But the 55 could nicely support this for it to get to its next zone, because we've also got this. I think for July I'm going to reset my charts too and just draw fresh things on. Okay, we do also have this. We've got like two hits. We've got the 55 moving average. It's soon gonna, you know, touch this trend line going up. So it depends. Will price remain support here and find support off this trend line, and will this bounce it to break this resistance? Because I feel that's what we need to see. Once it's broken through this 54 to 55 and finds this area support, then amazing. Amazing quickness is happening in the market. The ending of this week could that push it up, and then before the full moon comes in next week, so once July has begun, would it find its big bottom here at the beginning of July? That's too far. About here. Would it find its bottom during this area to then get ready to be pulled up to the next no moon, new moon? We'll have a look, we'll have a see. Okay, so this is where on the 4 hour it could get knocked down a bit more, because on that hour it has crossed. You see, it's crossed, and price is now below, it's above the 55, but it's below the 200 moving average, meaning this is telling me price could easily just get knocked down. And if it breaks past this support here at like 47 cents, obviously the next one is 44 region again. So we'll see. A peep at the hour. Okay, so on the hour it has passed the 55 in terms of the RSI, so it all depends what's gonna happen here. Like, how is it gonna cross? Will price get pushed below it to this zone 47 from 49, or will price remain above it and jump up? It's interesting because obviously Bitcoin has propelled up much more than XRP. So XRP is a bit of a slow burner right now, but the other day XRP was moving first, so it's going to be interesting to see. Price easily could get pulled back up because Bitcoin has moved up. Yeah, it's a waiting game. It's a waiting game. I want to see it pass. Was it 49? No, it's at 49 now. Forgive me. It's what I wanted to see on the hour. This is what I want to see. I'm going to be paying attention to the hour personally. And yeah, if we're at 49.4, I'll be like, okay, I'm seeing us probably, if we can close and stay above it, we're potentially going to go up. But if we 48, yeah, and especially if we pass 48 touching to 47, we're just taking another little leg down. So it all depends what's happening here, but ultimately I'm seeing movement and momentum picking up. So I'm moving on to the DXY now, but I am seeing that picking up, and it will need, price itself will need to find its bottom in order to get to that blow off top type of thing. So if there's like a fall, you'll be like, whoa, interesting. Okay, on the hour for the DXY, this is interesting. Crypto may full well be going on up, because on the hour, when this market opens at 10 tonight, this just looks like it's ready to just take it a little leg down. Personally, let's go backwards and look at it on the 4 hour. Oh yeah, okay, so even on the 4 hour, it's done pretty much what I had said. I was like, took a bit longer, it went lower before it went up, but essentially it got hit off here, and the next step I'm anticipating is for it to come back here. The moving averages have crossed on the 4 hour, so that's telling me the dollar is ready to go down now, even if that's momentarily. We didn't seem to get overbought, but we're quite high, and when it's in a downward trend, which it seems to be in a temporary downward trend, it doesn't often get like super close to the overbought region anyway. That's something I've noticed along my journey. And yeah, like, that's just a clear rejection happening here, and the next level is here. So it attempted to go here and then bounce back up quite quickly, so it's going to retest that again. Let's take a look. So on the daily, okay. Oh, that's interesting. On the daily, I wonder if this will be the highest high, or if it will attempt to reach that. Like on the 4 hour and 1 hour, everything's telling me it's time to go down. And to be honest, even on the daily, it just looks like that even with the RSI, it's ready to just retest this 50 zone to get rejected and then come down. And it is pretty close to that, so that's telling me that the resistance is here around about a 103 level. Where is it at? 102, actually. 102, maximum 103, to then just get rejected off here, this zone, and then come back to this zone. Yeah, and potentially when the market opens. So what am I potentially seeing here? Could crypto possibly make its little leg up, like what was I saying with XRP, Bitcoin? If it just hovers a little bit, that may hover whilst the rest of the altcoins pick up, because it moved last week. So like XRP could potentially have that little movement up before finding its support, and that could be as the dollar is going down, you know what I mean? And then this will find support here before it potentially breaks through this support, whilst XRP and the other cryptos have, I don't know, they've broken through that little resistance and they're finding support on that area. I don't know, we'll see. We will see. I feel like I've spoken for quite a while, but I am definitely seeing momentum picking up anyway. So for momentum to pick up, the structures need to be found. We do have a full moon in Sagittarius. Yeah, we have a full moon in Sagittarius, and we have a transit of a retrograding luminary happening next week. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, especially this full moon being in Sag. It's not in Sag for no reason. So that's going to be interesting next week. And I feel this week is setting up for the quickness. That's how I can put it. The way it's potentially moving, or till now, the crypto market and everything is setting up for the quickness it's ready to do. But with that being said, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this made sense. Like I said, this will be the last one I put up on YouTube. For now, I'll put up like the end of July. At the end of July, I'll probably put it back up on YouTube. So if you are fully interested in this style, reach out to me. Reach out to me if you would like, you know, the private access. It's up to you. It's up to you. Anyway, I hope this made sense. Let me know. I'd love any feedback, any data. It means the world to me, and I'm happy that this format actually resonates with people. Like, I am super happy with that. So thank you for sticking with me to the end of this video, and I will see you on YouTube when I see you on YouTube. If I see you in Patreon, then I do, or in any of my other videos. I appreciate you anyway for taking your time, and I'll see you next time. Angel out. Bye.